The motivation required to go out into the mountains here on anything but the most perfect of days, is undescribable. You have to be so determined.
People don't realise how full on these mountains can be. You might only be a couple of hours away from a big city like Glasgow or Edinburgh, but when you're out here, it feels like you're in the Arctic. My name's Gresham, and I'm just as excited to be here in Scotland as I was when I first came here 20 years ago to do my first winter climb.
I'm Kenton and I'm a British mountain guide.
I'm Geluk, and this is one of my first times up here in Scotland, and I'm really keen to find out what it is that makes these mountains so special.
One of the trickiest parts of Scottish winter climbing is judging the conditions. I mean, you do all you can in terms of checking the weather forecast, but it still feels like lucky dip. You never know what you're going to get on the day, and that's part of the attraction. In other countries, you just wouldn't go out on some of the days when you go battling through the elements in Scotland.
There's a certain uniqueness to Scottish climbing, especially in winter. It encompasses everything which the climber, the mountaineer, the walker is looking for in his or her adventure. We will go out in almost any weather, and the wind will be blowing, it will be howling, your hoods are up, and the snow will be coming down, and the visibility is non-existent, and you're battling for your very existence.
How can you describe what it is that makes this place so special? Every time you go out here, it's a memorable experience. You're never quite sure what's going to happen each day, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat right until you get back to the car.
We have what perhaps foreigners would deem to be a small peak in Scotland, yet it gives an enjoyment, it gives a facility, a testing of an individual and a team which can surpass anything else.
The ice and mixed climbs in Scotland stand up in terms of quality to some of the best routes that you can find anywhere else in the world. To me, one of the special parts of Scottish climbing is the strong sense of tradition that you feel here. From the early pioneers that were first going out in hobnail boots, you feel like you're part of that whole process now, going out here doing the same routes but with much more modern equipment.
There's an unbelievable synergy between what we experience here in the Scottish mountains and perhaps what we'd experience on the highest, loftiest peaks in the world.
Scotland can be your own Himalayas if you make it that way. It's literally a world of its own.